All right. Porco Rosso, Rosso, from the Academy Award-winning director Hayao Miyazaki, has a really stellar voice acting from Michael Keaton as Porco Rosso, Carrie Oates, Kimberly Williams Paisley as Theo, Susan Egan, David Ogden, and Brad Garrett. Um, it sounded really good overall. And as Robert Kohler from Variety said, it's magnificently entertaining. I absolutely agree with that. It was more of a laid back, somewhat a humoristic poke on somewhat like war and also life and loss and just so much kind of like packed into one short movie. Movie felt kind of short. Um, Trying to find out how long it was from the back here, but it's only 93 minutes. PG, rated for violence and some mild language. And just to ask them, there's also some parts where they were drinking and smoking. So um, I think PG overall is appropriate. From the legendary studio Ghibli, creators of Spirited Away, Academy Award-winning director Hayao Miyazaki, comes a dazzling aerial adventure set in above the scenic port towns of the Adriatic Sea. Porco Rosso is a world-weary, flying ace-turned bounty hunter whose face has been transformed into that of a pig by a mysterious spell. When he infuriates a band of sky pirates with heroics, the pirates hire Curtis, a hotshot American rival, to get rid of him. But with the help of the teenage girl Theo and his aspiring airplane designer, and a sultry lounge singer named Gina, Porco takes to the skies for what may be his final high-flying showdown. At the end, when Theo kind of sort of like uh, fell in love with Porco Rosso, that was kind of like surprising. But there was a lot of charm in Porco Rosso. And the scene when he was talking about his friends lost Berlin and how only good one dies, and the fact that he just misses friends a lot and kind of became a pig. Talks about his backstory and trauma that he faced. I like that backstory a lot, and overall it was entertaining. It was very like lighthearted humor. Even when they were shooting and when they were like going through some serious fights, it was done in a way that is kind of like funny. Um, all in all, I enjoy it. I think base is I believe this movie was done back in 1992, so it's a pretty old movie for its times. Um, and yeah, I mean overall, I it took me a while to watch this one. Gotta be honest, because I didn't know what to expect at all. I mean, Porco Rosso, even the name itself, right? Sounds kind of funny. His real name is actually Marco, and so when you think about it, Porco Rosso's character, he calls himself a womanizer. He calls himself kind of like someone that only cares about himself when he actually has a lot of honor and he has a lot of like pride in him, but at the same time, because of what he experienced, he turned into a pig and cared only about himself. um, it's kind of set in Italy, where they talk a lot about how he is in this fictional place called Adriatic, and he's banned actually from Italy because he left the Italian, I believe, army once the his friends passed away. I think he kind of really lost hope in people and rather became a pig himself, which kind of like has to do with politically the fascists. They call themselves pig, um, fascist pig. You know, that was a term that was used as someone who was racist. Anyways, without getting too political over history, I think all in all, this movie talks a lot about how a human character has evolved from someone that had a lot of honor into someone that's pig, and how a young woman, the character of Theo, brought him back in some capacity. Um, Anyways, all in all, fun movie to watch. Um, My daughter was watching with me for half of it before I continue on with it, but I think she was enjoying the part she was watching. The pace at times is a little bit slow, but I do feel like, for what it was fun to watch. And in the classic, Studio Ghibli style, it was just very well animated, especially for its times. Um, the planes were beautifully designed, and as I said, it's a very humoristic, more like light-hearted kind of movie, even though it's somewhat about war and about planes. But it didn't talk too much about war, mostly about planes and just loss of lives and trauma that he faced. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for listening.